No one is born hating another because of the color of his skin or his background or his religion. People must learn to hate. And if people must learn to hate, people can also be taught to love. For love comes more naturally to the human race than its opposite. Nelson Mandela. What did I just do now? Any guesses? If you guessed that I have just quoted someone famous in order to grab my audience's attention, congratulations, you guessed correctly. That is because today we will speak about our speech's introductions. How do you make sure that the time that you've spent at the library researching, making sure that you are citing sources that were written in the last 2 years, and that you've interviewed the relevant people, and that your speech that is now so nicely written and outlined doesn't go to waste because people are bored in the audience? The introduction. In the introduction, we have something that is called attention getter. How do we grab our audience's attention so that from the moment we get to the front, people pay attention and are interested and are intrigued about what's to come next? Quote someone famous, as I just did. Another way in which you can grab your attention, the attention of your audience, is by using shocking statistics. Instead of stating something as a statement, use statistics. For instance, you could just get in front and start by saying 20 million people in this country go to bed hungry every night. You could also use this same example, but state it as a question. Ask a question. Get your audience involved from the very beginning by asking a question. For instance, did you know that 20 million people in this country go to bed hungry every night? That gets people thinking, what we call a mental dialogue. They begin to have a conversation with you in their minds because they are not perhaps going to open their mouths and talk to you. But make sure that whatever you say, statistics that you quote, is from a credible source, and tell us where you found that statistics. So I've used 3 ways. Quote someone famous, use shocking statistics, ask a question. Another way in which you can introduce your speech topic in a way that is interesting is by telling a story. Tell a story that is relevant to the speech topic. Whatever example you choose from these ones that I have mentioned, the 4 that I have mentioned, make sure that it is connected to your body and to your conclusion. For instance, don't use shocking statistics if it's not relevant, if it's not really connected to what you are going to talk about. So your attention grabber must not just function as an attention grabber, but not be connected to the entire speech. Now that you've grabbed your audience's attention, what is the next step within the introduction? Well, the next step within the introduction is to make sure that you state the thesis. Now you have grabbed our attention by using a quote by someone famous. So, perhaps people are confused. Make sure that you clear that confusion by telling us what the speech is about. So state the thesis, perhaps in 1 sentence. Now that you've stated the thesis of your speech, what is the next step? The next step within the introduction still is to make sure that you preview the speech. What is contained in the body of your speech? Tell the people up front what is to come. So if you use one of these ways in your attention grabber, make sure that it is interesting, it is creative, it gets people are interested and listening. Make sure that you state the thesis and make sure that you preview the speech. These are the ways that make your speech different and more interesting than all other speeches. Thank you.